Okay, guys and gals, about 10 seconds of the obligatory disclaimer. If you want to read the whole thing, just pause the video. Okay, everybody, let's take a look at the S&P 500 futures. This is for July 6th, and right now it's about 11:40 a.m. Texas time. Okay. So, what do I think is happening with these S&P 500 futures? Let's take a look and see what's going on here. We've got this massive, continue to have this massive bear market going on. Since all-time highs of 48.08 and a quarter, it's been straight down. Well, it's been down. Just looking at geometry, what is that, 30-degree angle? Yeah. Within that 30-degree angle, we've got some other really steep angles, right? But just from there to there, you know, where we're at today, you know, just basic geometry, we're going down, yeah. And we've been doing that since, what is that, January 4th. It's been down ever since, still going down. Now, I talked about my last video, which has been a little while. I think it was like end of May I did the last video. Or I'm sorry, end of June maybe? Yeah, June 26th, something like this. I talked about how these cycles might change. And that's these yellow arcs we're looking at here, okay? If you don't know about cycle analysis, well, in cycle analysis, we forecast and predict the future where we think prices will decline. So you'll notice prices declined into that one. This price declined kinda into that one. Declined a little bit into that one, a little bit late. This one declined into this one. This declined into that one. Okay. Even that one back over there declined close to that one. So but the cycle length changed. It used to be pretty long, like 30 days, but right now I think they're 20. And I talked about how I thought these cycles could possibly change, and they have. So let's zoom in a little bit more here. Clean up the screen. Now I'm not going to dive into the depth of cycle analysis. If you want to know if you want to know more about cycle analysis and how I use it to make my trades, then you can click subscribe below this video, and also there's a join button if you want to become a member. I was going to change the membership to $7.99, and I know I told my members that too, but I've kept it at $5.99 for now. Okay, so it's still $5.99. I just haven't had time to switch it over. So if you want to take advantage of the $5.99, click the join button below, okay? And then you'll get access to all the videos, because this video is going to be public, but most of my videos are for members only. So you'll get the membership only videos. You'll get access to a Discord server where there's quite a few people on there, maybe 30 or 40 people on there, sometimes more, discussing the markets and various things. Okay, there's a lot of different channels on there. S&P 500, NASDAQ, whatever, and some other interesting channels that we have on the Discord server. Okay, but getting back to this, I think now these are 20-day cycles. Let's see. Yeah, 20 bars means 20 trading days. Okay, so this cycle ends February 18th. I'm sorry, July 18th, right here. So that's the next projected cycle low, July 18th. And I guess it's reasonable. I'm not totally sold on these cycles, these new cycles yet, but I do think we're going to get a decline here. I'm seeing some divergence warnings on the SMI. That means Stochastic Momentum Index. And these divergence dots are my own logic that I put in behind this indicator that analyze what's going on and come up with a very basic algorithm that just checks to see if there's a divergence going on. And it detects there's a divergence going on. Okay, so prices are basically been going up for the last, 3 or 4 days here on the average, but this indicator is going down. So divergence, pretty simple stuff. But it's been pretty accurate. You can see over here, hits some divergence warnings, bombs away. Particularly when we see it on the Big Daddy forecast, which is another indicator of mine. When you see both together, that's when you really get a pretty decent confirmation that prices will decline. Right now, we're just seeing the SMI. Okay. This is kind of typical what the price is doing. We get to the middle of a cycle. Let me draw the cycle here. It's pretty obvious, but I'll just draw it anyway. right? And this is right smack dab in the middle of the cycle. We see a lot of price stall in the middle of cycles. Look, it happened here too, right in the middle. Okay, this one not so much. Okay, let's see, when's the next cycle after that end? August 15th would be over here. So that's August 15th right there. If you want to know the next daily cycle, that's the next daily cycle lows, that one. Okay. So to me, this is not unexpected. We have prices stalling in the middle of this cycle. You know, for all this, all these indicators, you know, the MACD pointing up, the Big Daddy's kind of doing its thing. This is starting to curl up. Okay, we'll get to the certainty rate here in a moment. They're all pointing up, but the price is just kind of hanging there, going sideways. So that's why I don't look solely at just these indicators. Fast-moving indicators like these two, slower moving indicator, at least the way I have it set up, like that one. Okay. So will it come up here and touch the top of this channel, this descending channel? I don't know. At the moment, it doesn't look very strong. It could, but as of right now today, it's just, you know, sitting with a small little range of 43. Okay, yesterday was this almost a long-legged doji going on, not quite, but almost. I think, you know, we may see some bump here. We'll have to just see how it goes. But overall, the closer we get to July 18th, I think there's a bigger chance that the price is going to come down, okay, into this low. We'll just see what happens. Right now, the market just doesn't look strong to me, regardless of what the indicators are saying. Okay, let's talk about the certainty rate down here. This is a new indicator I put together and worked on this for quite a while. Probably for, gosh, months. I kind of put this off, and I was aware of some data, and I hadn't really collected the data. So you'll notice it doesn't show it over. Let me see if I can get it to show it. Let's. There we go. Clear the screen here. Make everything a little bit bigger. So you notice right now it says 8.2 over here in the far right. Yeah. So that I have a minimum filter on this. If it's 8 or higher, it'll indicate on this indicator. It'll show up. If it's not, it'll just flatline like it is right here. Okay. So this whole time for all these days here, the certainty rate was just saying, nope, there's nothing significant going to happen. All right, well, yesterday, right there, we got an 8.2. So some data came in, and there was a big enough difference between the previous day and the next day, and so on and so forth. We got an 8.2. Okay, that's not very strong, but it's strong enough to say there might be something coming. So what does this thing do? It probably should be called a directional indicator, but basically, it suggests when you start getting significant numbers, like over here, you'll notice this one is 17.8. This one's a 19. That one's an 18.5. Okay, we start seeing numbers above 8, at least for now, because this minimum filter rate will change, and I'll talk about that in the future. But it's starting to suggest that we could see a change in direction. Okay, and I think we will. I think we're going to see prices come down. There still could be a bump first, and then prices come down. We'll just have to see how this goes. But with these divergence warnings going on and a little bit of a bump in the certainty rate, yeah, I do think prices will eventually come down into this cycle low on July 18th. I have a small position going on, not in the E-mini futures, but the E-micro MES. Okay. Believe it or not, I have 2 shorted contracts going on. That's supposed to be a 2, right? And I'm expecting price to come down. I'll use my appropriate risk management. If things get out of control, I'll stop loss and get out. But for now, I'm still feeling confident the price is going to come down. Okay. So this data right here, you know, some of you may, well, what is this thing? What does it do? Well, I'm just going to say this is off-world data. Yeah. Stop for a moment and digest that one. That's right. This data is off-world. It has nothing to do with financial markets or anything else. So a lot of people don't really follow, you know, astronomy and, you know, some people might loosely follow it, just kind of, but they don't really follow the data. So there's so much data, guys and gals. There's endless streams of data, off-world data. Okay, and some of that data is relevant to markets. As strange as that sounds, it's true. So in any case, that's where I'll leave it for now. This is off-world data that comes in. Then the data gets pushed through an algorithm. An algorithm does its thing, chug a chug a chug, and it comes up with a number. Okay. So for now, it's been pretty accurate. I'm not saying I don't use this certainty rate or change of direction indicator by itself. And I've talked about this with my members. I use it in conjunction with other indicators. Okay. So, and I find it interesting because all of these, are kind of curling up, and this one's does a very fast reacting indicator, so it's pointing down because today's a down day. But overall everything's pointing up. But divergence warnings and certainty rate, they could be suggesting otherwise. So we have a lot of mixed signal going on right now, and that makes sense. In the middle of the cycle, price is tracking sideways. That's definitely a mixed signal. Okay. But my instincts tell me from looking at the data and where the cycle low is expected, as I get a better feel and this certainty rate matures, because I need more time on this to see how it how accurate it is. I also think it's going to mature over time as I either improve on the algorithm and or the data. Okay. So I've actually made trades using this certainty rate. I made some trades over here that I thought, especially when it was strong, coming off of one of these, I think it was. Or it might have been this one right here. I think it was this one. So I made some pretty good money on the certainty rate. It was pretty obvious, though, as we were getting ready to cross over on the MACD, so that definitely helped out, right? And we had lots of divergence warnings, so I made some nice money in here. I think I made $1,300 or $1,500 worth of net profit in here. I gave a little bit back in this section. Okay. And as I said, I have a little small position right now for short side. So my opinion is, for everybody who wants to know, well, what do you think? Well, I think the market's going to come down. It may not come down immediately today or tomorrow, but it's going to come down as we head towards this cycle low. And I'll continue to watch the data on this certainty rate. Now, for members, they get the data for the certainty rate. Okay, a script goes out every day in an email, and if you're on the TOS platform, you can import it. Okay, so I'll just show you real quick how that works. So if we go to studies, it's also available on the, what's the name of the other platform? One of the members scripted up this certainty rate for another platform. And at the moment, I can't remember the name of the platform. So I'll get back to you on that. But on the TOS platform, the TD Ameritrade TOS platform, you can import it. You can see you got a bunch of studies here. So what you do is you click import. And this is on my local drive. Yeah, you see I got a bunch of different folders here, whatever. Okay. And I'm looking for my Dropbox. Okay, and here it is right here, certainty rate TS. Okay. So Thinkorswim uses what's called ThinkScript, so they have this .ts is the suffix to the file type, or it's a file type. So you click that and you import it. You just click open and go through the steps. I'm not going to do it right now because I've already done it. And then it'll import it, and then you can put it on your studies like I have here. Now some of you may want to know, well, what is it? Show us the algorithm. Dun, dun, dun. There's no algorithm. The algorithm is done in a different program. Okay, this script is just a bunch of data. So I have a C# program that spits out all this data. Actually, I should say it spits out the scripting and puts the script together. It's just a bunch of variables and a bunch of if-else's. Really simple stuff. And some colors being assigned. So you don't get to see an algorithm here. Nana boo boo. Okay, but you do get the data. You get the data plus you get the script, and you can import the script like I just showed you here. Okay, and then you can put it on your charts. And on the Discord server, I talk about this. Maybe not every day, but I talk about it frequently. I talk about all this. Okay, so you get that too. So that's kind of my take where I think the S&P 500 is going to go. Today is July 6, 2022. I think the market, it may chuck some more sideways. It may even get a little bounce. It's possible we could get a bounce here, as this stuff's trying to suggest it's going to be a bounce. It's possible we could get a bounce here. Okay, we'll have to wait to see how that happens. But I think overall prices will come down again. And we'll see. Hopefully my short position will pay good. That's my take on that, guys and gals. I think that's where it's headed. Don't forget, if you want to be a member, click the membership button down below. Okay, you'll get a link to the Discord server. Just leave a comment in once you become a member, just go to one of the member videos. Okay, and just leave a comment. And there's actually, in the latest membership videos, there's already a Discord link. You can just click the Discord link. And you'll have to link up your YouTube membership to the Discord server. And just leave me a chat on one of the member videos, and I'll give you the instructions and everything how to go do that. Okay, it's really simple. If you're on mobile device, particularly iPhone, I've been hearing some trouble from some of the members who joined that they couldn't go through the join process on an iPhone. So if you're on an iPhone, you might just want to use a laptop or something else. Mobile devices are a little bit tricky. I don't manage the Google YouTube membership join membership content. That's all done by Google and YouTube, so that's got nothing to do with me. But it looks like it doesn't support iPhone very well. All right, so if you're on an iPhone, you want to join, you might want to use a laptop or something else. Okay, don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Hope everybody had a great 4th of July weekend. Okay, that's my take on the S&P 500. I think it might bounce, track sideways, but overall, I think the market's going to continue to go down here eventually, pretty soon. By July 18th, I think we're going to start descending down into that cycle low. Okay, God bless everyone. Listen, guys, forgive one another. Okay, be patient with one another. Okay, love one another. Talk to you all real soon again next time.